Hello there, it's Darth Rabbit 07, long time no see. I was at Carolina Beach last week and I got a ton of notifications and a lot of stuff came in. And today on the turntable we have Transformers 1 Steve Buscemi Starscream on the turntable. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, all the stuff down below. Thanks again for watching. Let's turn this around, take a closer look at one of the many arrivals I got while I was on vacation. Outside looking in, this packaging looks pretty good. Like the window packaging is back. We got Steve Buscemi Starscream there on the turntable there in the box. It's another Tetrajet. I don't know, we're eating very well when we get the Tetrajets here lately. Hopefully this will not disappoint and be an improvement upon the design. There's outside the box that little bit of wraparound. Pause and scan here if you are looking for this guy in stores. And I wasn't expecting this guy till October, but hey guys, check your stores. Stuff's coming out. Targets and Walmarts are resetting, and stuff can be sporadic and better in some places rather than my area here in Asheville. Let's crack him open and see how cool he is. First impressions right out of the box, they really did nail that G1 look with the Transformers 1 design. They integrated it pretty flippin' seamlessly. You got an A stance right out of the box that's what G1 was missing and stuff. And you know, for surely in the year 2025, everything else is going to be here, because I mean the colors are spot on. This face looks absolutely awesome. I mean, that thing just is absolutely beautiful, guys. I mean, the paint work is done pretty okay for a deluxe class figure. Don't understand why a Seeker is in the deluxe class size. I guess since it's, you know, the start of a franchise and then they are not going to make a second one and stuff. I love the way the Seekers look in Transformers 1. They looked really freaking amazing in my opinion. And as we go down through there, we can see that they did minimal stuff here to get that going on. They try to fill in the back of the legs, and then I put this extra weapons back here because Seekers are supposed to have the null rays, and he can hold those accordingly in those hands there. Let's get into that articulation real quick in a modern figure in 2025. And you got all the way around on the ball joint there on the head. It can look up some, look down some. This face sculpt is so flippin' awesome, guys. And then we get into the shoulders. You can get them out to the sides there in a full Mr. T. You got kibble that gets in the way, and they can fold back out of the way. And you got some shoulder articulation. You can get around on a ball and stuff. And what I don't understand, you know, as we keep moving down the arm here, we get some pretty good range of movement there in the elbow. But in 2025, why in the hell does this not have wrist articulation? And why in the hell does it got the god-awful gaudy gaps in this? The Studio Series has done a really big misstep, in my opinion, here lately. They keep living in the articulation, and they keep taking shortcuts, and they keep Earthspark and Cyberversing this stuff down like I'm a 4-year-old, or like we're all 4-year-olds. They got a little bit of shoulder articulation there with that little swivel there. No wrist articulation. They got that hidden in the, you know, elbow bullshit that I just don't really care for. And there is zero waist articulation after we had a nice showing in the SDCC, you know, Thundercracker, and of course we're going to get all those molds again and stuff with the articulation it should have had versus that 2.0 Classics Deluxe up to a Voyager upgrade that they had and no articulation upgrade. The Siege Voyagers were really spot on. They had all the articulation and bells and whistles, but no articulation in a Seeker is a step backwards and should not be happening in 2025. You do get your upper thigh swivel, the hollow bits there. It did fill in the back end there pretty good. And as we keep moving down the leg, I mean, you do get your knee and some kick and some stuff, and it looks, you know, very Steve Buscemi. But I mean, even this, it's just a little bit of a disgrace when you get down here, because you get no ankle articulation. You get the transformation joint more than likely, and an engine sticking out as a heel spur. Earthsparked in, I mean, this Earthsparked in stuff has got to stop. This needs to go back to formula already with this robot mode. I'm going to get this guy on over into jet mode, because I'm just feeling not good about this at all now, man. This purchase should have been a no-brainer, and if they do a Thundercracker and a Skywarp of this and they don't fix the articulation, that's just, you know, stupid. If I didn't know this didn't have all this articulation, I wouldn't have bought this. So let's get All Screamer into jet mode and see if the Tetrajet mode fares better than this piece of shit robot mode. And I'm quite literally torn over this Seeker Tetrajet mode here. I do like the way it looks. I love the way that the Seeker's looking in Studio Series, but what I don't really like is just seeing feet and arms hanging off the back end of this otherwise beautiful Tetrajet mode. I mean, this thing looks pretty impressive. As we zoom in on the details, and I'll just go ahead and pick it on up and stuff, I mean, it's got some neat fiddly transformation bits to get you into this otherwise sod looking Tetrajet. I mean, this thing looks freaking amazing. The paint work looks really, really good. It's got plenty of firepower for a Seeker. And there again, it's that ugly back end. I mean, this is something that doesn't need to happen in the year 2025. And if this is the limitations of a basic, or not basic, it acts like a basic, but if it's the limitations of a deluxe size, the Seekers should never be deluxe. They should be Voyager and up, all the parts counts, all that stuff. And in all actuality, I've seen smaller deluxes that go basic that have all the engineering and parts counts. This is just lazy ass engineering once again from Hasbro. Love this design, and we'll probably get two more, but those two need to come in a 2-pack and be charged $20, $25 altogether, because this guy is not worth $25 as is. Let me get this guy into some final thoughts. Don't need to waste any more of your time, guys. Thank you for staying with me this long. Some final thoughts. This Seeker mold is strongest when it's in its jet mode here, because that robot mode, the engineering on this would just clearly offend my 4-year-old nephew, who has so much smarts. Like when it comes to putting together his Lego sets, he would get a hold of this and just be discouraged, tear it apart. And that's the thing, like, this can't even be for your 4-year-old nephew or any. I don't recommend this for nobody, because like, it's got so many bits and parts, especially with the nose cone and the shoulders, that things just pop off, and transformation is aggravating. And it shouldn't be a thing in the year 2025 with the deluxe size. I don't get the rationale for budget on parts counts and the decision making and stuff. I mean, daggone. I like the G1 aesthetic. I like the way that looks. Love that head mold. That head mold is attached to an abysmal body that just doesn't do Starscream justice, or any of the Seekers from the Transformers 1 movie. That's just my thoughts, guys. I'm really tired of seeing Hasbro shortchange Studio Series. They keep getting smaller and smaller, and Starscream and the Seeker should be like as big as Sentinel and stuff, and be Voyager class and awesome. I mean, the articulation needs to be there. We've seen how the Siege mold did the articulation then, and then we got a dumbed down, you know, or not really a dumbed down, it was a half-ass effort to convert the Classics 2.0 up to a Voyager upscale for all those Seekers, and now we get to go back through and rebuy those Seekers once again with the 86 movie series. And I'm really okay with doing that, because you gotta know where you've been to know where you're going, kind of thing. And actually, I'm not okay. This is just a cash grab by Hasbro. I'm really just sick and damn tired of the way they just half-ass do shit and then come out with a better mold later and down the road. And anyway, I was so looking forward to this figure, and I love the Transformers 1's designs, and I think it's a huge mistake that we're not getting a sequel to that awesome movie with better figures and the whole 9 yards. I mean, Hasbro, you're shooting yourself in the foot right and left. That's about going to do it for my thoughts on the Steve Buscemi Starscream. Man, I just feel like Hasbro is totally out of their element, especially the Studio Series team releasing shit like this. Thanks again for watching. Y'all please make sure to like, share, subscribe, all the stuff down below. And thank you to all those that have subscribed. And I'm just not as good as these other guys, but I'm gonna keep trying, and maybe one day it'll make us a little bit of cash so I can just continue to buy these till the day I die. Have a great day. Take care. Until all are one, guys.